Grit with Grace is brought to you by Zoetis. Your dedication runs deep, and it fuels everything Zoetis does. To protect and support cattle and those who care for them, we are born of the bond. Learn more at bornofthebond.com.
At 36 years old, Brooke Taylor has many chapters to her life.
So after I graduated twice from Oklahoma State, I kind of went on a circuit of working in the food and agricultural industry.
From launching a company with no internet to growing the business to what it is today, Rural Gone Urban has blossomed into a dream come true. That dream got even better in 2018 when Taylor found out she was pregnant.
It was the cherry on top of all of the things that I'd ever wanted.
Taylor describes her pregnancy as very normal.
I did notice there was a spot in my breast that kept getting a little larger. And I brought it up to my medical team multiple times. They said, no, this is what your body does.
But for Taylor, something just wasn't right.
And it was just kind of this voice in my head, like, this can't be, like, the math isn't mathing, really.
Maybe it was her maternal instinct already kicking in, but Taylor was right.
And so at my 38-week appointment, I literally ripped my shirt off in that doctor's appointment. And I said, I'm not leaving until you feel this.
And within 15 minutes of her leaving that 38-week appointment, she received a call to schedule an appointment with the specialist the next day.
And that next Monday, he called me at 8 a.m. and he said, I'm sorry, kiddo, it's cancer.
The diagnosis, a very aggressive type of breast cancer that primarily affects women under 40.
And by 2 o'clock, I found out that the child I was carrying was a girl, and she entered the world via C-section so we could get that party started.
A baby girl named after her great-grandmother who was a dairy farmer in Indiana.
So Elsie James Taylor is the reason that I'm still here today.
Days after giving birth, Taylor says she was treated to the entire breast cancer treatment buffet.
I had 4 different types of chemo. During that time, I had an infection, a staph infection they had to clean out. I had, oh goodness, what is it called? The shingles. I had 2 cases of the shingles.
All of this while working and transitioning into life as a new mom.
After that, I chased it with a double mastectomy. I chased it with 5 weeks of radiation during a pandemic. I had a preventative hysterectomy and oophorectomy. I had a reconstruction surgery, and then I was good.
The news after the intense treatment, it was positive. Her body had a complete response to chemo.
That meant that there was, on the cellular level, from what they found at surgery, there was nothing left.
She lived life for about a year in complete remission.
I was a perfect little cancer student. And then Christmas this last year, I was driving home from my parents' house, and my family had been sick all week. Christmas time, toddler.
It was during that drive a year ago that she felt a swollen lymph node on her neck.
My husband said, don't overthink it. So I didn't.
But then she saw photos of herself and knew that something just wasn't right.
So I called my doctors and I went in and I said, I don't know what's going on, but something is broken.
Once again, her instincts were correct.
My cancer is back, and it is very angry.
Stage 4 cancer. Heartbreaking news that she shared on her Instagram.
Am I devastated?
Grandma, look at me.
Yes.
I got the results of the PET scan on the anniversary of the day my dad had passed away from cancer. I learned that the breast cancer had returned. It was in my neck and my clavicle, my ribs, my spine, and then most of my pelvis.
The cancer was everywhere.
Right now you've given me a metastatic diagnosis, which means endgame. That's what it means statistically. No one really makes it out of that. If you have metastatic triple-negative breast cancer, the average lifespan after that diagnosis is 13 months, which is this March for me.
With the diagnosis came other news, a cancer-fighting medicine that had been in trials for a decade and was just approved by FDA.
As I had responded well to a platinum-based chemo because I am a BRCA1 gene mutant carrier. I checked the boxes for this medicine, and it's working for me.
It hasn't been smooth sailing. That medicine that's helping her survive also caused Taylor to undergo nearly 20 blood transfusions this summer.
And I've had 2 clear scans. And while my doctors won't say that it's gone, it's not there.
Taylor says it's a miracle she's here, but the reality of beating 2 aggressive forms of cancer isn't something that just goes away.
Girls' dinner this past week, and we were talking about teachers and who else they might have for pre-K or first grade. And all I could think about was, they're all just talking like it's okay and it's normal, and like I might not even meet those teachers. It's just my reality.